Okay. Hi. How are you? We're 2 minutes late. 2 minutes late according to that clock, but according to the clock on the computer, we're 4 minutes late. Yeah. So, Sophia is still in the back. I don't know what she's doing. You wouldn't know it by looking at the place, but we've had our busiest month in the last 10 months this month. And we're completely empty right now. We were busy today, and lots of people coming in today. So our second group that came in were 2 moms and 15 little kids. It wasn't that many. It was 5 kids. It felt like 15 kids, 5 kids. Youngest was probably 4, old enough to walk around, say some things, give you dirty looks, kind of that age, right? Mom bought them, well, the 2 moms with the 5 kids amongst them, bought all of the kids that spray candy, sour spray candy stuff. The kids promptly sprayed it all over their face, their hands, and got it all over the machines. And we, in the 2 hours they were here, both Sophia and I probably went through the machines like six times. We had a mother, father, and 3 kids were in here, and they were complaining. They were like, "Yeah, they're all." I was actually gone at that time. I went out to run some errands, but they came up and complained to Sophia that a bunch of the buttons were sticky and everything. And when I got back, one of the mom was sitting somewhere. And they were over there at Hot Wheels playing the game, and I went over to Brake Shot. Brake Shot had like a big handprints of like sticky hand, like kid hands all over it, and I had the cleaner. I was wiping off. I was like, "Holy crap!" And they're just like, "Rrr." So I actually gave them free 2-for-1 passes so they could come back and apologize profusely, because it looks bad, right? What are we gonna do other than run around after the kids and clean up? I mean, we cut off their hands, but then we get a bad review, probably. It's one of those things that happens, I guess, when you have something and people bring in little kids. Hi, how are you?
Good, you?
Not bad.
Good.
Here to play some games?
Yeah, I think I'll
right.
2 hours, yeah. Credit.
Right. $17.25. Whenever you're ready. All right, you're good till 10:35.
Perfect. Thanks a lot.
Excellent. Do you want a receipt?
No.
Okay.
I've never been here before.
Oh,
Can you give me a quick?
have you ever played pinball before?
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
played
I'll
like
give you the lowdown.
a little bit.
Okay,
Hours
so
total.
they're all set to free play, so you just hit the button and go.
Okay.
Usually the start button is here.
Okay.
On some of the games, it's going to be right here.
Okay.
It just, you have to look at it.
Yeah.
Start the game, hit the button once to start a 1-player game. Does a little song and dance, it'll spit out the ball. Well, here, we'll go.
Start your quest.
Spits out the ball. To get the ball up there on this style, pull this back, let it go. Flippers. And then it's just a matter of
Just try to rack it.
hitting whatever the objective is, right, on the various machines. Yeah, and they all, if you're kind of new at pinball, what I usually recommend is to try some of the older games first.
Okay.
They're not so hectic and crazy.
What else?
Royal Flush is my personal favorite because the objective is really clear. You just got a big row of drop targets up there to hit. Those are
that
awesome
actually makes a lot
fun.
of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like this is like overwhelming.
Yeah, until you get into the swing of what you're supposed to be doing, and then especially some of these they have multi-ball, and so there's like 5 or 6 balls on the play field. And, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. All right,
If you get a stuck ball, let me know. Find it? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so kids, sticky fingers, lots of surfaces. You know how it works. All right, so Spike's in chat and Reset's in chat. And that's it for now. So we've been talking more about when we find a new space, we have more room. Some of the things that we want to do when we have more room. My perfect space, I want a mezzanine that we can put our office and everything up on the upper floor. And like, ideally, we want to get a big warehouse, right? With 20-foot tall ceilings, kind of thing. But I want a mezzanine over lower sections so that we can go up there, and that's sort of like the employees area. But I want a fire pole to get down. Fire pole, zip line, slide. One of the three, I don't care which. Fire pole is probably the easiest, most practical, and well hidden one, because you just have this pole there, and if it's against the wall, it's far enough away from the wall, people won't go stripper pole, right? They just be like, why is there a pole there? And we can go, it's a sewage vent. But then, we can slide down it later. So we've been talking about that. But I noticed something today. I ran across it today. There was a guy in here, and he had an arcade in, God, where was it? Was it in Nova Scotia? I think Nova Scotia. Kind of on the west side of Nova Scotia. And I was looking at his arcade. Actually, we can look at it, can't we? Let's pull it up. It was called Tech Noir Arcade. Yeah, he's in New Brunswick. But he had something that I thought was kind of cool. He's got a bunch of video games, arcade games. This is all in French. I don't do the French. Hold on a second. We will press to play. We can watch the video. It's kind of cute. I'll turn the volume down. I like that effector on the door. That's pretty cool. I like that. And I'll pause this if we get to it. Something's wrong with that pinball machine. Did you see that? Anybody else notice it? Let's go back. What's wrong with this pinball machine? You get it? There's no future lights. The playfield is completely dark. It's just the GI is on. There's no glass on it, so they just something's going on with the machine. Maybe the PU is dead or something. So they took the glass off of it. They wanged the ball up there, and now the ball's just bouncing back down with the GI on. No flipper action. Yeah, that's all right. It happens. Maybe the thing that I thought was cool is not in the thing. Maybe not. Let's see if we can find it. Here it is. Kind of a crap picture. So it looks like they have a stage here, but they also had Guitar Hero. Hold on a second. You got a stuck ball? It happens. Oh, look at that.
Stuck on the ball. Yeah.
It's on pinball. It's okay to give it a little shake or a little. Just don't go too crazy with it. Yeah, so it looks like this is set up for like an actual stage. They can have like musicians playing, but there was another picture I saw where they also had they had Guitar Hero guitars there too. So I thought, that'd be kind of cool if we set up a. Let me go back here. If we set up like a funny little fake stage. And there was a Guitar Hero, 2 guitars, and you could do a drum set. So you could do all of like Guitar Hero stuff with the full band crap, right? And then I found out that there's a thing called, I don't know very much about it, I just learned about it today, I'm gonna have to do some research, but there's a thing called Clone Hero. So you can import your own songs, you can make your own, what do you call it, challenge, right? You can do your own thing, so. I could do like punk rock stuff, like God Save the Queen on Guitar Hero, or something like that, or some Dead Kennedys thing, or who knows what, or pretty much anything, I guess. And there's other people have done songs for it and done all the layout and everything, but it runs off of a PC or a couple of other devices, but it runs off PC, and then you can get a Guitar Hero converter box, so you take. I never really played Guitar Hero, so I don't know much about it. I know people love it though. Maybe they still love it. Don't know. But so the controller, there's a thing, a device that you can plug into it, so it can be read by PC. But the cool thing is that you can take an actual MIDI drum set. Like an electronic drum set, and use that for the controller for the drums, and it just connects up via MIDI to your PC. So I have an Alesis electronic drum set that I have in the studio, but I also have in a box that I don't use at all. Is an old it's a Roland TD6, TD5. It's a year 2000-ish electronic trap set, snare drum. It's just rubber pad kind of things. So you can actually use that for a controller. And I thought, another thing I can do is you set up the little stage, you've got the drum set there, whatever. You can set it up for Guitar Hero or whatever, or for just like anybody who wanted to goof around with it. I could leave the TD5 brain running on the drum set, have it going out of a little amp that's not super loud, but anybody can walk over and just wallop on the drum kit and just play drums for the heck of it. I think that would actually go over really well for like if you're going to have the drum set there for Guitar Hero or Clone Hero, you can just have it making drum sounds as well. And I suppose then you could do what they're doing, so you have an actual amps there and the actual electronic drum set there. So if someone wanted to like do an open mic night kind of thing, someone could actually play that stuff. So because you'd have like a little goofy stage built up. So that's an idea. I'll have to look into Clone Hero because I don't know very much about it, how it works. But okay, so let's see here. Reset says you got to take the elevator to the mezzanine. Jump change. It's on super bottom. I can make an elevator out of a wedge, and we can store pinball machines up there. That was Blackout. Outlane Pinball. Hey, Outlane. And there's Palancar. Hey, Palancar, how are ya? Spike says that's a good way to get hoof and mouth disease. I don't know what he's talking about, but does Speakeasy have a plastic playfield? Do they do that on any other pit? Yeah. So Speakeasy has it's a resin playfield. and it's thick too. It's like it's more than a half-inch thick, I think. Maybe it's a 3/4 resin. In the back Dragon is an acrylic playfield, so it's actually a sheet of acrylic or perspex or something like that, and they painted the underside of it, which is really cool. So that Dragon's playfields, they always look great because they just doesn't scratch off. So, and when we had the problem with in here where it got really cold and then we warmed it up and a bunch of back glasses got damaged, it didn't seem to affect the Dragon at all with the playfield. Hi.
Hi. Sorry. Smelled something kind of burny in the back. I think it's coming from the kitchen. So I walked around and made sure it wasn't a coil.
Make sure it wasn't us.
Yeah.
All Bernie. Yeah.
Sorry, friends. A long day at work. Busy season right now.
My speakeasy is offline right now because the light board has melted.
The what?
The board for the lights.
Yeah.
It's like one of the connectors on it shorted out or something, and it melted that thing. And so I had to put a new connector together for it, and then I have to fix either that light board or just put in one of my aftermarket ones, which I have. So.
And you're also trying to find the solenoid expander board that we have, right?
I have one, yeah.
You
But
found
that's
it?
not the problem. It's the light board. Yeah.
Crazy. These machines have the strangest problems. Speakeasy and Medusa's the other one with the solenoid expander. Both of those had weird issues, and then neither one ended up needing the solenoid expander, did they?
No, that one did.
It did.
That one did.
Eventually, it wasn't initially though.
Like a year ago,
Yeah.
the roulette wheel stopped working, and that's connected to the solenoid expander. He's new to pinball.
And we had initially bought it for Medusa though, but then you were able to fix Medusa, I think, and we luckily had the solenoid expander that you ended up using in
Yeah, well, I bought like
Speakeasy.
3 of them because there's a few other games in here that have them too, and so I just figured if I'm ordering one, why not order a few more? I guess he gave
Seven
me
got a big tip. $5.
I guess he thought it was cute.
You are cute.
I winked. I
Yeah.
smiled and shook my booty.
Hello, Spike. Hello, Reset. Sorry, I meant to join like half an hour ago or 20 minutes ago. I told 7 at 8:15. Yeah, I think I'll be done by 8:30, but just lots going on at work.
Yeah, quiet tonight.
Super busy day though.
Yeah.
Like it was non-stop from the moment we opened. We've had people in consistently. We had like a legit 5-minute break, and then another group came in, and then there was groups up until well, no, there was someone else that stayed a little bit longer. It's been a short break since this guy came in, but yeah, Friday
20
night.
minutes. 20 minutes.
A little
Yeah, I was
slower.
saying we have had this month has been one of our best months in the last like 9 or 10 months, but you wouldn't know it by looking around. Because it's empty, right?
Yeah. Have you talked about your insanity week yet? You said you were going to share our sad night the other night.
Oh God. I haven't talked
You
about
don't have to. I wasn't sure if you had told.
So a
already.
month ago, we bought a new to us car.
Because our other car turned into a rust bucket.
Yeah. So our hybrid is rusting out because there's a lot of salt on the roads at DEI in the winter, and we bought that used, and so it's kind of a mess. So we just figured, okay, well, we'll find something else. So we found our house is about 45 minutes away from the arcade, so there's a lot of community time. So that's why we bought the hybrid. We figured it would be a pretty good on gas.
Something on good gas, yeah.
So we found a little. I've always liked little goofy cars. One of my first cars was an old MG Midget, which was just the most fun to drive ever.
And I was gonna say, you know, we have the van and we transport pinballs. Before all of that happened, the only vehicle we had, because I didn't drive, was, I mean, I could drive, I just didn't drive, was Seven's Miata.
Yeah,
and that
I
was
know.
it. And he could Tetris the shit out of anything. Like, the sort of things we fit into that car was amazing. So anyways, I just say, we like lots of little fun cars.
So we found a Fiat 500. I didn't know a whole lot about them. We looked them up. They're not that bad. They're not, you know, they're not super high-end cars, but they're not like bottom of the barrel like a Geo Metro or something like that, right? So we thought, okay, great. It's used. It's a few years old. It's not very much. We took it to the mechanic. The mechanic was, yeah, this is fine. Everything looks okay. It needs a new strut. But other than that, it's not a big deal. So I think we talked about it before, but I drove it from Summerside to the mechanic. There wasn't a license plate. I thought there was a license plate. I drove it back. Then we bought it. And then we had a tow truck because I didn't want to risk bringing it here again, driving it without the license plate.
Which was a great idea.
So we got the tow truck. Tow truck dropped it off, and he backed it up off the car, or off of his flatbed, and he pulled it into a parking spot here at the arcade. And then we were going to just drive it the 2 minutes down the road to the mechanic so he could fix the strut. So Sophia hadn't driven it yet, so I'm like, go out and drive it around the parking lot and play around with it. So she backed it up from the parking space, and then it wouldn't go into drive.
It just shifted into park and then sat there.
So it's sitting out in the middle of our parking lot. You can't get it into gear, so it's automatic. You can't get it into gear. Tow truck driver came back. They took it over to the mechanic. Mechanic looked at it, and the shifter had just, there's a little grommet that holds the shifting cable in place, and it had popped out. It took him just a few minutes to pop it back in place and to drive it around, whatever. So we fixed we got a new strut for it, which we couldn't find in stock anywhere locally, so we had to order it and get it in. So that was 2 weeks. But so what was it? What day was that? The Wednesday we were going to pick it all up?
Yeah, we got the
Wednesday?
strut in on the weekend,
Yep.
and then we dropped it off on Friday or Saturday, and then we were off Monday, Tuesday, and then we were going to pick it up on
That's right, on
Wednesday.
we were going to pick it up.
And we'd also ordered a new door handle for it. And
On top of that, so
on top of that,
so the brakes in the van went out.
like
Completely shredded and fell apart. So we had been driving the hybrid around, which has some kind of iffy brakes to begin with, but we had no option. He couldn't look at the van until Wednesday anyway, so we left the van here. We took the hybrid. We've been driving the hybrid. We came back on Wednesday. We went up to him. We dropped off the van, and he said, "Well, you can't pick up the car. We were going to license the Fiat." He's
On
like,
Wednesday.
"You can't." He went to back it up out of his shop, and the cable slipped off again.
and
So-
I don't know if we mentioned it. It turns out that's an issue with that one. Oh, did you figure that one out?
Push that in. There you go.
Thank you.
So the 2012 and the 2013 Fiats have an issue with the grommet holding in the shifting cable. And the crazy thing is, he's like, I plugged it back together and I keep tugging on it, it doesn't come off. So I don't understand why this is happening, but
It seems like there's something about the movement of shifting it from reverse into drive that is popping it out.
yeah.
So there is it's been recalled, so you could take it to a dealer and they'll fix it for free. So we called the dealer. So Wednesday we couldn't pick it, so that kind of screwed up our plans.
We still had to drop the van off to get the brakes fixed though, and we're hoping that wouldn't go too bad though.
I called the dealer. The dealer didn't understand anything what I was saying. They were supposed to call me back. They never called me back. So we found that there's actually the grommet that is faulty. You could order a new one for $50. So we ordered that. So we didn't get the car like we had planned, and everything kind of went to shit. And so he fixed the brakes in the van. So we went and picked that up later. And we were leaving here we got in here late. We got in here at like
Yeah, we ended up
9:30.
chatting with some people. So we got out at
9:30, 10 or something.
No, it was 10. It was around almost 10:30, 11, because we stayed open until 9:30. Wednesday we stayed open until
Right.
9. We stayed open until 9:30 for someone. We chatted with two people until 10:30. Then we went and swapped the cars around, got the van, and then we were heading back around 10:30, almost 11.
So we get in the van late. We're driving home. We're about 5 minutes from here. We stop at a light, and Sophia's like, "There's smoke coming from it." We're in the van. There's
Like-
smoke coming out from underneath the hood. Like, what? I couldn't really see it, right?
And it wasn't like smoke. It was like steamy, sort of,
Yeah.
really light. So it was like there's steam or something. I
And-
didn't want to say smoke.
And I was like, well, it's a really warm, humid night, so there shouldn't be any steam at all. If there is steam, then we're in trouble. So we stop at a gas station. We pull over. There's a little bit of smoke kind of coming from a nondescript. Just one, maybe?
Well, let's just
I
say
don't
that
know.
it was one.
Crunched it. I don't know which one I crunched,
We
but
loved
I
it.
crunched one, and I felt really bad. So then I'm like, you gotta be kidding me! Like I'm already like feeling kind of shit, and
And
now,
anxious,
now
waiting for
I'm
the car
feeling
to
more
catch
shit because I
fire.
hate running over animals that I like. I don't mind running over animals I don't like, but animals I like, I have a problem with. So we're driving another 10 minutes. Fucking rabbit, cute little bunny, runs across this way. I'm like, oh, okay, he ran across, cut right back across. I hit him with the same tire, crunch. I was like, what?
I didn't realize he ran back.
He ran across this way. He turned and he came this way, and I
I
hit him
had
with the same
just,
tire.
I had looked, I was texting with a friend and I looked up and I saw this bunny run across like just in front of us. I was like, oh my God. And poor Seven, I was just like, do you want me to drive? Do you want to stop? Do you want to turn on music? Like, what can we do? He's like, do you want me to rub your neck? And he's just like, no. And so we
That was
were
so
just quiet
bad.
for the next last 15 minutes home.
I hit that rabbit and I screamed. I think I screamed like "fuck you" or something. I don't remember what I screamed, but
Yeah.
I was so pissed off that I hit another animal.
And I was like, you stupid animals. Oh.
Yeah, so that was our fun Wednesday night. But the van, I'm happy to report that I haven't hit any other animals, and the van hasn't smoked at all since.
Yeah.
And neither have I. No. So.
And I just got a notification that our grommet has shipped. So hopefully this time Wednesday, by next Friday, we will finally be telling you that we now have a new vehicle. And it also was missing a door handle, or the door handle had broken, so we ordered a new door handle. Mechanic put that on. So we'll get the grommet on, and then it had the two front pieces. One of them was missing, so we ordered those. So it'll be a nice, cute little Fiat. And it's got a little racing stripe too. But yeah, it's been like a really chaotic month. It's like that one. 2013.
Red stripes. I'm gonna find a picture of it.
Black with red stripe. This one.
Yep, there it is.
Except maybe an older model.
It looks like this. Kind of like that, with the little red stripes on it. Yeah.
So the crazy thing, Reset says we bought a cursed car, is that
we haven't driven it yet. How would we know?
right?
It's been at the mechanic for a month.
The person that bought it hasn't driven it for the last couple of years, and they got it from someone else who hadn't driven it really. Like it still has the undercoating on. Like it's not very rusty. It's in great condition. We've just had, and it's not just the one car. It's all three. Okay, so you can't say it's a cursed car. It's just like car cursed them.
We're gonna get it. We're gonna pull the back seats out of it because why? It's such a tiny car.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense to have rear seats in it, and like, who's gonna get into the rear seat of our little Fiat 500? It's gonna be the two of us driving it anyway.
And the crazy part is, before we moved here, and it really is just all due to the salt roads, all brakes going and stuff, is we had a 1991 Fiat that we traded in. It was still running well. Had a couple of quirks. Miata, sorry. And then
90 or 91?
for a 2001 Miata.
2003
Miata. And then we only had that. And then we bought a 1999 CRV that was perfectly fine, except for sometimes it got holes in the muffler, which Seven would patch up. And then we sold it with a coat hanger and putty holding the muffler together. But
the only reason we sold it is because we didn't think that it was going to be robust enough to
tow the bowler.
To move to go.
So then we bought the van, and the van was fine while we used it in BC. The only issue we ever had is the people that sold it to us, whoever serviced the tires, didn't bolt them back on, and they almost fell off the car.
They didn't torque the nuts on the tires.
That's a story for another day, since we've already talked about enough car problems. But we've never really had any car issues. And then we moved here, and it's just like, okay, I guess this is a part of life that, it's not even about maintenance. It's just about preparing for the death of your car.
It's like for the van anyway, so far, it's been about every 8 months we have brake problems with it. Of course, we didn't have that van for 8 months in BC, so we had the brakes changed right before we moved, just because we were going across country and we were hauling the trailer, so it was like probably a good idea to do the brakes. But a couple of mechanics have said on those Grand Caravans is that the brakes are kind of the weak point on them.
And apparently those Grand Caravans have a larger engine, and so bigger van, more stopping power, and they use the same brakes they use on the smaller ones.
Yeah, there's a 4-cylinder and a 6. We have the 6-cylinder.
6-cylinder.
So but they're actually kind of heavy vans because they have the stowaway seat, so all of the seating in the back of it, instead of popping it out, it all folds down into the floor.
Yeah.
Which makes it a really good van for the winter because it's got a really, really low center of gravity that goes across the whole bed of the van. It's a great winter car. It's great in the snow.
Also really helpful for picking up stupid stranded kids in the middle of winter that have crashed their car.
Yeah.
We have we have done that in the middle of the night.
We were
dropping me off
taking you to the airport
at like 4 a.m.
and it was and
in the middle of winter.
In the middle of winter, out in the middle of nowhere on
Yeah.
Highway 1, we come across a car that had just probably a half an hour previous had lost control and they
Hit some black ice, rolled
They were on the.
in a ditch.
They were heading.
In the opposite direction.
They were heading south.
Yeah.
We were heading north, and they had crossed the lane and they were in the east side ditch.
Upside down.
And their
too,
car
I
was
think.
all like wonky
Yeah.
and everything, and it was just a bunch of kids that they were probably all like 16, 17, 18, and like and it was freezing outside, and like they didn't have. They were probably just all at a party or something, but they
Yeah.
didn't have coats or anything like that. If I remember, someone didn't have shoes or something.
Someone was wearing flip-flops, and one person was wearing shorts, and none of them wanted to call their parents.
No.
And so Seven was like, I will drop you all off at home. I just have to take her to the airport first. We want to make sure you guys are okay. And and so we like hopped out of the van, flipped all the seats up really quick, and the fucking hilarious, creepy part about it was these kids did not talk to each other about where they were going to sit in the van. It's like they were all used to mom vandom, and they all had specific seats that they liked to sit in.
Designated seating.
And so they just got in the van and they sat in they lined up and got in, sat down in a specific order, and then some of them fell asleep. And so then Seven drops me off at the airport and then proceeds to drop all of these other kids off. And
it was also really weird too. Is like I tried to make small talk with them, and they weren't into it. Nobody wanted to say anything. And then when they left, like half of them, when I opened up the door and let them out, they didn't even say thank you. They just left. Like
I think they were just so.
I think they were in shock.
Yeah,
and probably a little fucked up from whatever they were doing at the party.
Yeah, maybe.
I think one kid especially was kind of stoned.
And we smelled somebody vaping too. So, anyways, that was just one of the. So those vans, while the brakes may not last very long and you have to replace them, they're great for picking up silly little drunken teenagers on the side of the road at 4 a.m. in the middle of winter.
Yeah.
Because it's the good type of people that we are, you know. And then what was nice was on the way back, Seven told me that when he was driving back from dropping me off and them off, there was a snowplow had stopped to check and make sure no one was in the car. He saw it when he was driving by. Two snowplows.
One snowplow had stopped. They were heading north.
And then a southern
and then a
one.
second one had stopped behind him to just check on it. So I stopped and I said, they're fine. I just said, they're not in the car, they're fine. I actually drove them into town. And they were like, oh, okay, bye.
Yeah. Anyways, there's a lot of long car
Hey,
stories.
Walt.
Hi,
How
Walt.
are
You
ya?
just missed all our car stories, which might be a good thing. Kind of on and on and on and on. Anyways, welcome to our kind of slow night in the arcade. We need to set up our cameras so that we can play Lebowski and stuff again.
Oh, yeah.
Or like some of the other ones.
Be a good night for that.
I keep meaning to. Okay. No. Someone walking. Yeah. We were saying, well, it's been super, super busy all day, but really, really quiet. There's one newbie in here.
Yeah,
in the
there's one guy
arcade.
over there. But yeah, it's our best month in
A couple of months.
And you would never know it because there's nobody in here right now. It was a warm day, and it had rained earlier, but I think it's clear out there right now. I think it's a nice night, so people are probably out doing other stuff. Let's go look at the weather.
Oh, it's cooled down. It says it's 17 outside. supposed to be
Yeah, it's nice out. We should open up
Hot.
the doors, actually.
this week, though.
It's actually this 17 out. Yeah.
We close at 11 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays.
And it's 9:12 right now. Oh, you can hear the music, kid.
Yeah, we've been meaning to add this to the list of things like just I was thinking it's just, we have ups and downs, but it just feels like it's been, we kind of talked about this, consistent surprises. I was telling someone today is like, I don't like, they're planning, we're talking about planning for the next couple months at work. She's like, I don't like surprises. And I was like, I don't mind surprises as long as they're good surprises and they involve 4 or less people. And it's just this last few months have not necessarily, they've been lots of surprises, they just haven't been good. And anyways, tangent. We have a couple of cell phones that we wanted to, because we upgraded, use for taking videos or streaming. And I have a whole bunch of pictures and stuff on them, but I don't have a laptop that has the space, or my laptop's getting old. So I ordered a new laptop, one that I hoped would last me at least 3 or 4 years, that specifically had a Thunderbolt port because my workstation setup at home uses it. And I was like, excellent, now I can have all of my monitors, use all of them on my personal laptop too. Got this laptop, and then what would you say was wrong with it? Everything? It just kept resetting.
Something was definitely funky with it.
Paid so much money for this. So anyways, long story short, we haven't been able to start using these little cell phones, these newer cell phones we wanted to use for streaming and stuff, because I have nowhere to download and save shit to. So it's just one of those things. But hopefully, new car next week, new car, and then other good news coming in the next little while about the arcade.
Yeah, hopefully we'll know some stuff.
Some updates for you.
So maybe next weekend we'll have some interesting news. Oh, we'll probably have news one way or the other next weekend.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything about it now.
But it's going to be keeping busy. We're on par to match or exceed, how many folks we had coming in this summer, or for July at least. So I expect we'll continue on like this.
Next month is going to be crazy. That's
all right.
Prime tourist.
Lane Pinball says that's 62-ish degrees in the U.S. 17 in American.
Freedom units.
Jules likes music. Stopping by to say hello. Hello, Jules. Walt says light up buttons project on Hurricane completed. Now got to hook up the subwoofer to the game next. Oh, nice. Hello, Jules likes music, aka Rebecca.
Spike says, I always thought that Canada was a frozen tundra year-round with ice roads for the Chinese diamond mines. It is. Yeah.
In certain places?
No, it is right now. We're lying. We have to maintain. We can't let in on all secrets because we need people to move here.
As a side note, this guy over here in the corner that's playing is smiling while he's playing, so he must be having a good time. You should show him how to play that one.
You ever seen one of those?
No.
They're really fun. Seven's going to show you.
So it's an electromechanical game.
I'm going to steal his spot.
So
Look
you
at
hit
that.
the
You
start
can see
button.
the top of my hair. Woo!
Resets all
On
the
the top of our
things.
screen.
And then there's one aspect of it that is still not working, and that's the
I feel
the
so
birds.
tall in this chair.
And you can kind of.
technically I am the
kind of
tallest
see it
woman in my
skirting
family.
by if you look kind
Come
of down.
from a line of very
see it.
short
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
I'm also
That's
taller
actually
than
there's
lot
a
of men in
mirror
my family, too.
there's a motor that moves the mirror so that you can see
And I
it.
always thought
The ducks
that
are actually
Win
way
a
in the
Pig
bottom
was
on
a
the
game
back.
show for pirates.
And,
Hey, that's
In a second, it will go to
a
something
reasonable thing to think. Winnipeg.
So
Okay, question.
it's in
You're saying
there.
smoke break.
There you go.
Is there a word that is this an inside joke that we don't know about? That
No, when you hit it,
specifically
it
say
will,
smoke break when we say a word, or are you legitimately
You get the
going on to a
light.
smoke break?
Yeah.
I just want to check because sometimes those things go by me, so I just wanted to make sure I understood what was going on. Owl, wheelchair,
That's the birds again.
bridge, lobster.
I can actually show you what they look like.
Owl,
on both of them here, 'cause
wheel,
it's cool.
bridge,
If you look in there,
crustacean. Is that the riddle? A wheel bridge?
so that's what it's supposed to look like.
Over to the crustacean? Or you're crossing, you're driving late night to get down to PEI, maybe, to have some lobster?
What is it?
I haven't actually had a lobster roll. Both. Love it. Ooh, my chair's on the edge
On
here.
how it knows that it hit it?
Living on the edge. This light
That's
is
one of the
like
best parts.
crazy lighting up my... Oh, someone's showing him the
So
inside.
you're actually
So
looking at a
cute.
piece of glass,
Yeah.
and you're looking
Move
down
that a
inside the
little bit
machine,
so
Oh,
I
I
right?
can
see.
When a target pops up,
people
it becomes
playing the
active.
game.
It corresponds to
I'd
one of
stand
these
up on this
points
wheelie chair,
here.
but I know I'd probably
And as you
fall
move the
and break my
gun,
neck.
your contact point moves
that's what I'm
around,
So if you
right?
hit the contact,
Happens.
it
So-
completes the circuit.
That's when you squeeze the trigger, then it
Oh,
completes
so
the
many
circuit, and then it goes to a relay
busy
stack in the
day.
back.
Cool.
I am ready for the
Okay.
weekend.
So
It's been a busy week.
every dot is hooked up to a wire.
I heart
Which is, yeah, it corresponds to a target
Picture
and
bell.
position. So,
Pick bell.
like some of these
I heart
are going to be the birds in
picture
certain
ringing.
positions.
You like ringing
and
pictures?
The various other targets, because there's 3 deer that are on motors that spin.
These are hard.
and
I
then
was never
there's
very good
the
at
grizzly
these.
bear. and
Give
there's
me a
couple other
crossword,
things
no,
that pop
word
up.
search. Crosswords I'm not good at either, but give me a word search.
Yeah,
I
I love
would
these
kick your
things.
butt at those.
And then I'll show you the back, 'cause
Words
the back
pop
is
out right into
amazing.
my eyeballs. And then Seven and I used to work
So that's
night
what makes
shifts
it tick.
at this cafe. And
We'll start a game.
because Seven
Score motor
has
spins
the
and resets
insomnia
everything.
gene and
Then
would
that resets
his
all
body
of
runs
these,
on like a 36-hour day.
that fires and resets
He would
all of those
come
switches.
and hang out with me. This is when we first started dating too.
This
It
is
was
the
really
bird.
nice.
So if you look down in there, you'll
he'd
see the
come
actual
hang out with
birds
me
spinning
Oh, yeah.
around.
while I was working this
The
10
mirror
p.m. to
for
6
it
a.m.
is
shift.
right here,
and
and there's
then
a
I would
motor
just
in the
sit there
middle
'cause
there,
nobody
and that's
came
what's
in.
supposed to move.
I'd make like 2 coffees
And then when
all
you
night.
fire this, it corresponds to
and
that
I would just
solenoid.
Please.
do word searches. Sit there and do word
And
searches
then this
like all
guy
night long. I just bought
right
word
there,
search
that
books.
stepper motor.
Or read. And
It
so we'd
switches,
sit there and
that's
I would
switching
kick
the
his butt
different
all the
targets.
time. His brain just doesn't. We have 2 very different brains, and so his brain can't do that in word puzzles and stuff. But he can see like other things and measurements and all sorts of, you know, more.
Yeah, they're just cool things. 71.
More building brain and putting things together and measuring all those
I
sorts
want
of
more of these
Yeah.
because they're just neat. Hi, how are you? Good, you? Not bad. And I'm
Hello.
told that the
Gonna
wood
play
stock
some
for these
pinball?
were actually made
Excellent. Yeah, for another hour and a half.
Okay, great.
Perfect. So we'll do
Yeah.
2 hours.
So that they just bought the stocks from.
Excellent.
Why not? I mean, that's exactly what's made.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, perfect. Okay, 1725. Absolutely. You can tap.
night because empty. What's
Yeah,
going on?
you, like, we were busy right up until about half an hour ago, right before, so you can tap or insert, whatever works for you. So yeah, it's usually Friday nights we have quite a few people in, but it's surprisingly quiet.
Well, we just
There you
happened
go.
to be in town, so I thought, you know.
Excellent. Take advantage, yeah.
Yep.
Are you from the island or off
No,
island?
I live in New Glasgow.
Okay.
My wife and I were here last time. I'm very excited because Lebowski is one of my favorite films, and the game was awesome. And then we were in town for family stuff, and she's like, I think I'm just going to stay home and have a bath. I'm like, great, I'm going to go play some pinball. Because her brother-in-law basically lives just around the corner on Gilbert Avenue or whatever
Oh.
it is. Yeah, so yeah, it's perfect.
Amazing.
It's later. There are no kids here. Would you like me to turn on the R-rated
please.
mode?
Here we
I
go.
didn't have that last time, so yeah.
Oh, it's getting real, folks. R-rated mode's coming on. Is that a donair or a taco? Because I love tacos. It's one of my most favorite foods.
Family mode?
I could probably, if they were different tacos every day, I could probably eat tacos for the rest of my life because it's such a unique food. You could eat it for the rest. You could eat so many different types of tacos. Tacos and cucumbers. Lots of different ways to eat cucumbers too.
All right. There you go.
All right.
R-rated Lebowski mode enabled.
They're trying to make me figure out all of these puzzle things, and I think they're just tricking me because I can't figure these things out. These symbol puzzles, they don't work for my brain.
Well, this one is I love
Picture bells,
taco.
right? Yeah, I figured that one out. I was saying how we have different brains, and if you put a word search in front of me, all the words would pop out. And when I worked at that cafe and you came to visit me when I did night shifts, we did word searches together, and you weren't very good at it and I was, but you have a different type, we have different types of brains, and you can see other things like putting a project together, you can see everything in your mind and building, and yeah.
There was a beer that we used to drink, cheap bottom of the barrel beer called Lucky Lager, and Lucky had in the bottle caps they had the little rebus, right, of the pictures that would be erased, and we were just all like, we had been drinking Lucky Lager for quite some time. Someone opened up the cap and they were looking at it, and he was saying it out loud: soup, rice, hot tea. Soup, rice, hot tea. And he kept saying it over and over and over again. And finally someone in the other room goes, "It's a surprise party, goddammit!" That was hilarious.
Oh my gosh. Hey Luke, hey, welcome to the chat.
Hey, Luke.
Oh yes, this guy said he just came in specifically to play Lebowski. And it's on R-rated mode too.
Yes, so you might hear some F-bombs in the background.
Let's see what else. What else is going
I'm
on?
gonna make another coffee. I feel like I really need another coffee.
Will you bring me some water with ice?
Yes.
Thank you. Oh no, now I've got to entertain you folks again. El Toro. Is that what the taco thing is? El Toro? Taco del Toro? Or was that from Big Lebowski? Like I said. I'm trying to think what else has been going on. I spent a lot of time on Batman 66 the other day. I think I might want one. On Batman 66? Is that a pinball machine? Oh god, so many emails. I'm gonna look this up. Batman 66. Pinball? Oh, this is a new game by Stern. Interesting. And they're using, is it all Adam West? How did I not know about this one? We might just have to check this out, folks. See, and again, I don't know that this one would do well in the arcade. I think for folks that know Adam West and know older Batman, oh, 2018-ish, okay. Thank you. I did not realize that. So I didn't know about that one. I think that one's looks really fun. A different kind of theme. It's not music themed, so I think I could live with it. That is a really weird picture. This is my favorite mode on Big Lebowski. Love the Nihilist Showdown. But the center spinny thing in the center, I think, is radically different. think it's the same layout as Batman Dark Knight. One of the issues that we have with Stern is that so many of them are very, very similar layouts. And we really like, you know, different, unique, like Big Lebowski, Legends of Valhalla, Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels and Valhalla are from the same company, American Pinball, and they have, you know, different layouts. Oktoberfest has different layout. Nothing, and again, it's just, I don't know that Stearns would go over really well in our arcade because we don't have a lot of people that are necessarily those types of fans. I don't mind playing Stearns, I just don't know that they go over well in the arcade. But that game looks gorgeous though, Batman 66. I was big, I used to watch old Batman reruns, so I could totally, I bet it has some really good call outs. Does it? Reset? Tell us. What game were we talking about last week that had the worst call outs? Or one of the annoying call outs? What game was it we were talking about? What game were we talking about last week that had the really annoying call-outs?
The game that we have, or
No. We were talking about a game in chat that had...
was it Twister?
Maybe. Was it Twister that we were talking about, everybody, last week that had the some kind of annoying call-out? So Reset said that they've spent a lot of time on Batman 66, which is a Stern from the Adam West Stern from 2016. Yeah. And then, as you can see in the chat, we're chatting about it. And I was looking it up on my phone. I forgot it existed or didn't know it existed. And then we started talking about how Stern has a lot of the same play fields. And I said, I just don't think Sterns would fit in our arcade because they're not quite for the type of clientele that we have.
It depends on the game. Some of the earlier Sterns.
I wouldn't mind playing that game though. I was saying I bet the Batman 66 has good callouts because that show was so funny and they had like really funny catchphrases and stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if Batman 66 has some. Bangarang, that's what it was. Hook was the one we were talking about last week.
But isn't Batman 66, isn't that the one that's like the last action hero?
No, here, I've got it. This one.
No, I know, but isn't that the one that's basically the same as the last action hero?
I don't know. It's really cute though. If we came across one, I'd love to play it. Like the designs on the sides look really fun. It's weird that they built in the seasons though. It says season 1, season 2, season 3, TV on the playfield. Okay. Was Catwoman, serious question because I don't know the answer to this, was Catwoman a good guy or a bad guy? Oh.
Yeah, so here's Batman 66.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the crane here and the 2 ramps. This is the premium one.
What happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass?
You have it there? You just had them both up.
Limited edition. And then this is Last Action Hero. It's crane's in a different area. I thought of that one because they both had the crane involved.
Someone said something else about another one that had a crane. Go up. Batman's, I think it's the same layout as Batman Dark Knight pin, but maybe I'm wrong.
Batman Dark Knight.
Reset says it's close, but the center spinny thing is radically different. Definitely bang around off tomorrow. Loud chicken noises, hook rooster calls, Batman Dark Knight, both. I only played the limited edition Batman 66, says Reset. But it has the same playfield as the premium. Playing field. Great art by Frenchie. On 66, yeah, I was just looking at the pictures of Batman 66. It looks like it's good art.
So to change the subject,
Yes. Cat hair. Sorry.
so when the Fallout TV show came out, I had played Fallout 3. I missed the first Fallout, but
Oh, you're not wearing your thing.
I'm not wearing my thing.
All right, start over. Seven's changing
So
the subject to Fallout.
I'm changing the subject. So when the Fallout TV show came out, I realized that I had missed. I played Fallout 3 and I played New Vegas on console, and I realized that I missed Fallout 4 and 76 and all the other Fallouts. So we watched the TV show, and I'm like, I'm gonna get Fallout. And I'm gonna play Fallout. Yeah, I'm gonna go through it. So I tried to get Fallout 3, but it wouldn't run on PC. On the new OS, and I didn't want to dick around with it. So Steam gave me my money back, and I was fine with that. And I just moved on because I had played Fallout 3. I'd been through it a few times before. So I got New Vegas because I originally played New Vegas, but by the time that I got to Caesar, it was kind of late. Like I had already been dicking around on New Vegas for a while, so my character was pretty robust. And so when I went to go see Caesar, I managed to kill him, and then I couldn't finish the game. Caesar pissed me off, so I killed him, and that was it for me. So I never finished the game, and I didn't realize, like I had a bunch of save points, and by the time I realized I couldn't go forward with the game, and I couldn't actually finish it.
You'd save past
I couldn't go back and whatever. So I figured one day I would just start it over again. So I started over, and I neglected killing Caesar early on, and so I finally finished New Vegas. So then I got Fallout 4, and I went through Fallout 4, and I've been playing that for a while, and basically did all of that. And now
And then they did the updates.
Now I'm back up into Fallout 4 so that I can go back and do a couple other things. Like I want to, apparently I hate the Brotherhood of Steel, so I want to kill those guys as soon as possible. So when I first went through Fallout 4, I was like, oh, I got to kill the Brotherhood. They got a big stupid blip. I want to blow that up. So I couldn't wait to blow up the blip. But apparently there's a big like robot thing that the Brotherhood has in Fallout 4. And I want to blow that up. So I didn't get a chance to see that. So I'm going to play it in a way that I can really wreak havoc on the Brotherhood of Steel. So I backed up on that. But then I caught wind of Fallout London. Apparently it's been in production for a while.
Years.
And they were going to release it earlier this year. But then Bethesda did an update to Fallout, I guess because of the TV show, and did some updates to it, kind of cleaned it up, and Fallout 4 and kind of refreshed it, which London is based off of Fallout 4. It's a mod for Fallout 4. So that just was released yesterday. So we had just, a couple days ago, we had just seen a video
The day before, literally.
Yeah. We had just seen a video on it. I had heard about it, so I was showing her, and we ran across some video of this guy basically humbugging that, oh, it's never going to be released, and this is why it's never going to be released. And then the very next day it's released. So
Yeah.
So I downloaded that and got that all ready to go. I didn't play it hardly at all. Like I just started it. I was 2 or 3 minutes into it. And, yeah, so I'm looking forward. I don't know if anybody in chat plays Fallout, but I'm really interested to see. And one thing that I thought was really cool that they did, that they've changed a bit on it. So you don't have a Pip-Boy on your wrist. What they do is they have, it almost looks like a really early version of a Walkman. There's play and rewind buttons and stuff on top. And the Pip-Boy can play holotapes, so this one has like a deck in the back, so that must be how they're doing that. But it's not called a Pip-Boy, it's called the Attaboy. And it's got underneath it, it has like cartridge slots, like on a video, like on a console cartridge. And you in Fallout, you would pull this thing out of your Pip-Boy and plug it into a thing like to open vaults and stuff. And that's how you would interface your Pip-Boy with the other computer. On this thing, you actually plug your Attaboy into the computer itself. There's a slot for it. And the animation for it was super clever, is that the guy takes out his thing and he turns it so you can see the cartridge, and it comes up and you can hear him blowing into it just like it's a cartridge. Then he plugs it into the computer and then he can access the computer. I just thought it was cool graphics. I'm interested to see what else they've done to it. Because they changed like the interface for the Pip-Boy, for the Attaboy. It's all new animations, kind of new style and stuff. I'm interested to play it. It should be fun.
We also got it for our employee because that's just the kind of guy Seven is.
I know that Jacob uses Steam, and I have Steam, and I've got Fallout 4 through Steam, and it's been updated. But you can't use the London mod on the updated version. You have to roll it back to an earlier version. Plus, it's going to blow away all of your saves for Fallout 4. So if you're playing Fallout 4, if you're replaying it or something, or you finish it but you build a bunch of communities and you're kind of dicking around with it, you can't load up London on it. So what I did was I was gonna, what I did personally is I just, because Fallout's like $20 now, it costs like nothing. So it's on GOG, and I rebought Fallout 4 on GOG, downloaded it, so then I have 2 running instances of Fallout. I've got the Fallout 4 regular version that I'm dicking around with because I want to blow up. I want to abuse the Brotherhood of Steel more, and then I've got the modded version for London. And it's supposed to be, like, size-wise and quest-wise, London is supposed to be basically the same size as Fallout 4 with the add-on pack of Far Harbor. So there's quite a lot to do, like 100 hours of stuff to do. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be fun. Anyway, so I was gonna buy Jacob a copy of Fallout 4 because I know that he uses Steam and I know he has Fallout 4. Buy him a copy of it on GOG so you could download it and play it separately too. And, but apparently on GOG you can't give gifts if your account is under 3 months old for some stupid reason. So kind of dumb. So I'm gonna throw $25 at it and say, go buy it yourself.
I play Nintendo. I haven't actually played in a really long time though. Seven's usually, we have kind of odd schedules. I wouldn't mind sitting on the couch while he's playing Fallout and playing Nintendo. But we have kind of, when Seven has his days off, I'm still at home, but I'm working. So we should find time to sit on the couch and play video games separately, but together. I hate to admit I never finished Breath of the Wild for anyone that has a Switch. I got like 2/3 of the way done and then I didn't play for a while. Seven found me on the couch until like 3 a.m. Sometimes he'd like walk out of bed and be like, what, are you still playing? And I'd lose track of time. Breath of the Wild is really good. I need to finish it. And then I bought Tears of Kingdom and I haven't played that one yet, which is the follow-up to Breath of the Wild. And I also bought Mario Brothers Wonder. but I only played that a little bit with my friends in BC because you can play together. You have more than one player playing the level together, and you can help save each other and stuff. Anyway, Nintendo.
I was talking earlier before you came out. The guy with the arcade in New Brunswick, and he had his little stage setup in his arcade.
Yeah.
And we saw the picture, and it had the Guitar Hero stuff on it.
Yeah.
So I was talking about that. So I looked that up today.
Yeah.
And there's a thing called Clone Hero, which is a downloadable free thing that runs off of the PC that you can load up any song and do Guitar Hero kind of stuff, or you can get the Guitar Hero packs and run it, whatever. But the cool thing is you can use the regular Guitar Hero guitars and stuff, but for the drum sections, you can actually take a MIDI drum set, like an electronic drum set, and hook that up and Clone Hero. It will recognize it as a controller. Mm-hmm. So I've got that. I've got my old Roland drum set that we're not using, so I can set that up. And then if someone isn't playing it, we can have it running out of its own little amp with a couple of little speakers. So if someone wants to go up and just bang on drums, it won't be super loud, but they can hear themselves playing. I think kids would really get into that.
Yeah, that would be
just
fun.
leave some drumsticks there, and if people want to mash on the drumstick,
We could probably find the rest of the set. Just tell Shaylin that that's what we're looking out for. At Most Wanted, the rest
guitars?
of the
Oh yeah, that'd be easy.
And then Randy says hello from
Hello,
I'm
Randy.
assuming Charlottetown, Cheetown. Where's Cheetown? Tell us. Sorry, just
Charlottetown.
Okay, just making sure. We've just been. This guy's been playing for so long. He's leaning against Terminator. I think he's having a good time though.
I wonder about like that too. Like getting an old version of some of the first-person shooter games and doing deathmatch with a couple of computers, like building a little. Like I wanted to build a little console for the Atari 2600, but we don't really need to do that. But setting up something so that you basically have like the old Nintendo tent cocktail tables, the red tent cocktail tables, where it's a screen to screen facing each other.
Oh, gotcha.
And setting up something like that where someone, Chicago.
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 I want some pizza now.
But setting up something like that so someone could play like old Doom 2 Deathmatch or an early version of Quake, just some of the really early stuff. And you could set up, I don't know if you set up a mouse and a keyboard or, I don't know. We can figure out something.
Figure it out. We'd love to have two or more, two or more like console setups. Because, and have different like either backgrounds or different vibes. So like we've got the Mickey TV. I don't know that we'll set that up again, or maybe we'll put something on it, but having an old CRT so people can play Duck Hunt, and then being able to set up GameCube and some of the other ones, and so just having fun little like beanbag cushions or whatever. Because people really like that, and the Guitar Hero I think would be fun, just, providing lots of outlets for people. Randy says, are we talking about video games?
We're talking video games.
Yes. Seven was talking about how he's just downloaded Fallout London, and I was saying I play Nintendo, but I haven't played in a long time. And I admitted I'd never finished Breath of the Wild, which is terrible, I know. And I have Tears of Kingdom I haven't started playing, and I've barely touched Mario Wonder. Paper Mario, Origami King, whew, that one was fantastic. Seven bought it for me for like my birthday a couple years ago, and that was so much fun. I hate to admit I also haven't finished that one. I got all the way to the boss level and I haven't beaten the boss. It's terrible, I know. I'm terrible. I promise I do generally beat Mario and Zelda games. The new ones are just so long, so big.
Yeah, and I want I want a virtual pinball table so that I can run
Space
the ported
Cadet.
version of Space Cadet. Someone ported it to one of the virtual pinball table frameworks. I don't remember which one. But there's a guy in town who built a virtual table, and I was over at his house and he showed me that it's Space Cadet's ported, and it actually played really well. So I want it just for that. I think people would lose their mind
Yeah.
over seeing that. They come in and it's like, Space Cadet? I used to play this on the Windows 95.
Macho Nacho Productions on YouTube. What's that?
Don't know.
Mods. Randy says mods. Oh, mods for games. Things that you can do for the games, because that's what we were just talking about. You were saying modifying the games. That is cool. Okay, we're gonna watch these people. We've watched some other games and stuff. This is perfect. Thank you, Randy. Good tip.
ISA card. Oh my god.
I have a Game Boy Color hiding somewhere, and a Game Boy Advanced. I have both of them still. Bitmaps books in England.
What is Bitmap Books?
Your mom's a bitmap book.
Probably.
I used to tell your mom jokes all the time, and they're really stupid. Someone would say something, mostly Seven usually. I used to say it about my mom too, to my sister. And I'd be, your mom's a blah blah blah, and they'd make absolutely no sense.
Take me on your fucking ride.
I want to see what the inside of these bitmap books look like. I don't get it.
Just printed out stuff. Echo the Dolphin.
Is it like how to play the game or the story of the game? Tell us, Randy. Description. We should be sharing our screen, maybe.
130 horror tales are analyzed and contextualized across 19 So they're just talking about that.
Interesting. Ah! I touched it. Is it okay?
Looks okay to me.
Okay. Sorry, I touched the microphone thing. Sorry, friends. Best video gaming books on earth. That sounds... They look cool. The, graphics and the paper and the binding and everything look gorgeous. Reset.
Reset's at 7.
Reset. Reset.
What?
Oh, I'm just saying reset because he said 7.
Oh.
I hate to say it, but I'm tired tonight. It's kind of been a long, stressful week. After the Wednesday car stress and animal, we're not allowed to unaliving. You're not supposed to say the S word online. You can get flagged. After the animals decided to unalive themselves under our tires. Yeah, that's the thing.
I know, I've seen that.
Yeah. On Facebook and Reddit, you can get your post gets flagged automatically because you're talking about. I'm sure YouTube does the same thing. I woke up yesterday and I was just absolutely exhausted too. I think the stress of everything just came out. And we had had an early day on Wednesday too because we were supposed to do all this car swapping and going to the DM. Well, it's here we don't really call it the DMV. It's just every place has a different place, but the American version of DMV to get my plates for the car. And then we sat there, we were talking about it, and we were waiting, and it was taking forever. And what's funny is there's one really close to our house, and never, ever, ever is there a lineup there. We walk in and we're out in 5 minutes. And this one was like an hour-long lineup, so we just gave up. Yeah, we bailed until... We're going to go to the one near our house on Monday, and then just get the plates ready for Wednesday. Yeah, it was just, I'm tired. So the point of the story is I feel really tired today. I'm getting to that point right now. Got an hour to go though.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that there's not more people there.
You say that. The last couple of nights has been like sort of quiet, and then 7's like, yeah, I might close down at 7:30. There's nobody in right now, and then
There's a whole bunch of people coming last
right?
minute.
We've had people walk in. We had a group of 10 once walk in at 10:30, and they're just like, yeah, we'll play for half an hour. And then they left before their half an hour was up, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, if someone comes in like the last half hour and they want to play for an hour, I'll stay open another half hour for them.
We did that.
If 4 or 5 people come in and they want to play for 2 hours, sure, I'll stay open for them.
We stayed open on
Extra money. So.
Yeah, on Wednesday we had a whole bunch of people come in after 8 o'clock, and so we stayed open at least an hour for them till 9:30.
Yeah.
But then we got to chatting with people and
As you do.
right, some of our regulars, and then as we were chatting with someone else came in to pick up some drinks and snacks, and luckily we hadn't closed the till out yet, even though we were closed. It was like almost 10 o'clock, and so they got snacks, and then we were chatting with them. Well, we shut down, and then,
Hey, is Palancar still watching? Are you still around, Daryl? Are you in chat? Did you leave? Are you still here?
Has Thunder Operation Tato, I don't know what it's, Thunderbolt Operation, has it stayed on?
I haven't noticed it.
Oh, well, no one's complained. Wow. 2 matches. Clock.
I didn't realize, but the other day so Jacob's here on Monday and Tuesday. He was playing Big Lebowski on Tuesday, and he sent me a thing. I didn't realize he had gotten the high score on it, and then I tripled his high score or something. Sent him a picture. But I didn't realize when I had sent that he was actually. I thought it was just like a personal high score, but it was a high score on the machine.
Oh my gosh, that was funny. On Wednesday, what was funny is a couple weeks ago, we were in here and no one was in here, and Seven was having like the best game on Big Lebowski. We were playing together and he was just killing it. And then something happened and just, all the balls drained. And then on Wednesday, he just started playing a game, and it was just best game ever.
Yeah,
Extra balls.
it was just one of those games where everything you shoot for
lining
you
up.
hit. And I started the character multi-ball probably 12 times.
Oh my
in that
god.
game. The dude multi-ball, I started that twice. I started the Nyla Showdown twice. It was just one thing after another.
Good job.
I don't remember what my high score was. It was 30,
36, I think.
30 something million or something. But, yeah. And my previous high score on that had been in like the 24s. It was right after we got it, and I had a game like that. It was just a pretty good game. I got like 24 million or something on it. But then there was a code update. The someone had a question about in the code update. There was a way that you could set your minimum scores or something. You could set your default high score, and nobody knew exactly what that was. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll just reset all my high scores. See, until we figured out what that was with the code update, and then, but then I hadn't been saving any. I try not to save my high scores under my name, just because I don't want people to go around and see the same name on a bunch of different machines or something. So I do alternative high score names.
I got 5th place on Neo Geo, my old favorite game, the other day, which was really exciting, and I was so close to beating the level. And it was like I had 2 more colors left to get rid of, and I just didn't get them in the right order, and then I got squished. But I'm on the scoreboard. That's the only one I've got a name on the scoreboard for. I should probably go play it a little bit more.
We should actually, I want to blow out the high scores on a bunch of these games.
Yeah.
Because they've been there for a long time.
Go around and do
Reels of
that
Valhalla
tomorrow.
and stuff. Set them all. People like to do high scores, so
Oh,
set
don't
them really, really low.
forget about Hard Body's Sad Flipper. It's not terrible, but it's not perfect. Someone's gonna go look. I noticed today, Hard Body, ooh, scary. Hard Body gets a lot of floppy flippers sometimes. It's really weird. On the upper flippers and the lower flippers, 7 hates working on that machine though, because it doesn't have a good way to keep the playfield up. It was our pinballversary just a couple days ago. A couple days after our open anniversary, and our first game was Hard Body, and it was when we owned the Miata. If you have stayed this entire time listening to our stories about cars, and so we couldn't pick it up. Obviously, one thing we never picked up in the Miata. So we rented a moving van, just a small one, and we went and picked up this machine, and then we also picked up a patio set since we had it. Otherwise we wouldn't have been able to bring it home. Yeah, sweet little Hard Body. I love the back glass on it because it's so ridiculous. All right, everybody tell us, what are the best, worst back glasses? I know Hard Body and Genesis are up there, but share with us your best, worst back glasses. What do you think are the best, worst back glasses? The worst of the worst back glasses. You know what I'm trying to ask. Randy said, oh, did we miss this? I'm giving you guys gold tonight. Oh, I get it. You're giving us all these great tips. Yes, I was like, gold? Isn't that for Reddit? Do you give gold in Reddit? Yeah, I think so. I was like, we're not on Reddit. I mean, we could be on Reddit. I don't know. Seven's walking around tidying up. I'm not sure if he's talking to you at the same time. If he is, I'm very sorry. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. The visor on Pinbot is having an issue right now. Seven hasn't had a chance to fix it. I'm not sure if he talked about that. But he's going to work on that. And then it's just been way too busy now that we're open 7 days a week to get... Oh, Seven, I just had an idea.
What?
I was just talking about how the visor on Pinbot hasn't been working, but you're going to fix it, which I think you'd probably be able to fix pretty easily. And you haven't been able to chase down the problem on...
Yeah.
Strange Science, but we need another space to put another game in that we're getting on Monday. Pull one of these machines, pull Strange Science, put one machine over there, and then we can put it against the wall or whatever. Or put one of, you know what I'm saying?
Nope.
Pull Strange...
What, a video game back there?
If you pull Strange Science that means we have one extra space for something, whether it's there or whatever. So I'm saying pull a pinball machine from here, this wall, put it where Strange Science is, and then you've got room to put that new claw. We're getting a claw machine, folks. Sorry, it popped into my head as I was telling them about the games that we're working on, but we're so busy.
Yeah, the claw machine that we're getting. We should actually try to find that. What was the name of it?
It was called Tractor Truck.
We built into nothing level to nothing. Every best
Tractor Time.
Your name's Nebraska. Thanks for coming. I'm Jack and Treat. Player 2, you're up.
Yeah, this is a little tractor game that we're getting. It's kind of cute. So it's just
Every best
the toy bin spins around in circles, and then when you push the little button, it stops spinning. The tractor scoop goes down and it grabs stuff. So it's just, you can put like cheap little candies and lollipops and a bunch of other crap in there. And you can set it up for a coin will trigger one play, one drop, or 3 drops or 6 drops. And so you can sort of do like, we guarantee you'll win something kind of thing.
Yeah, and did you say they said online 3 drops pretty much
Usually
always?
does it as long as your container is full.
Yeah.
And so we can just put in all kinds of different stuff. And, set the strength of the claw, so that you can make sure that I hate rigged games like this. So I want them to be sort of skill and luck based, but I don't like them when they're rigged where the claw doesn't give you enough strength to pick up anything. So you can set it up to grab the heaviest item in there or something like that. And you can set it up so that you still make money off of it. Yeah. So.
I think we're gonna get a drink. You should tell him that he doesn't have to keep playing if he doesn't want to.
Oh.
Holy crap! Where did the?
We weren't getting updates.
Oh my God, you guys! It was sitting at 7 forever, and it wasn't actually moving. We just got a bunch of updates. I'm sorry. We were not ignoring you.
Spike says, almost movie time. Tonight's fare is co-written by a monkey, Mike Nesmith, called Time Writer.
Looks absolutely horrible. I can't wait. Sounds fantastic, Spike. Have a great night. I hope you enjoy the movie. Hello. Ooh, birch beer.
Yeah. Splurging,
Yeah, I think we just got those in last week or the week before.
Yeah.
All right.
Week.
345, please. Lighten your load.
Yeah.
25, 50, perfect. 350. Yeah. I'll give you a nickel back.
Sure. Nickelback.
Right?
You're from Alberta. Tried to get away from Nickelback, and now.
There you go. And we've got cup holders on the legs, so you can take the drinks around with you.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I was going to take a break from Pulaski for a bit. I don't want to do it. But man, it's cool that I get a chance to play. Like, no one's waiting. It's great.
Yeah. It's a good night for it.
Yeah, I guess we miss everybody saying goodbye because our stream just updated.
I guess we've only got 2 viewers now, so maybe we'll sign off.
We usually sign off around 10 anyway, so we're going to go ahead and bail. So thanks for everybody tuning in.
Aw,
We'll
thanks.
see you later. And next Friday, maybe we'll have some really fun, interesting news for everybody. So